Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you all for watching and welcome back to my channel. Today it's going to be our this year's final Easter project. I've decided to make this a no-sew project so that anyone could do this. And today we're gonna be making bath bombs, but the theme is Easter, so we're gonna be making rainbow bath bombs and also bath bombs that look like eggs. So if you wanna know how to make these, then please keep watching. First, I'm going to put into our bowl a cup of baking soda. Next, I will add 1.5 cups of Epsom salt. Then I will add 1.5 cups of citric acid. These are all the dry ingredients, so I'm going to combine them first. Next, I will mix melted coconut oil with essential oils. So I have here lemon and rosemary for one batch. And for the other batch, I have here white musk, vanilla, and rose. Now I will make sure that all the dry ingredients are combined well, so I'm gonna stir it a little bit more. And then I will divide this into 2 bowls. And now I can start mixing in one of these bowls the oil with the essential oils. I will always put in just a little bit and work my way through. The idea is to get the dry ingredients to a consistency of wet sand. The oil alone won't do it, so I will add just a little bit of water, but you have to be really careful because once the water gets in touch with the citric acid and the baking soda, it would start a chemical reaction. That's what makes the bath bombs sizzle. So you have to really add only a few drops at a time and keep kneading the mass with your hands until the consistency is really like wet sand, because if it's drier, the bath bombs or whatever you're gonna be making would fall apart. I made that mistake once. It just did not look good and everything fell apart partially and it was just a bummer. So keep adding drop by drop the water until you have a mass that you can easily form and that will keep its shape. Now I will take this silicone form that is shaped like Easter eggs and I will start filling it with this mass. Next I will grab my spoon and I will take out small amounts from the center. That's the amount I will need in order to create the yolks. And I will shape the mass properly. And now I will add a little bit of yellow dye into this amount of the white mass and I will mix it properly. And then knead it with my fingers. And once everything was mixed nicely, I will always make sure that I have a nice mold in the center of each egg. Then I will grab a little bit of the yellow mass and I will place it inside like so. I previously shaped it in the spoon. And I will continue doing that until I finished all of my eggs. So always take a little bit of the yellow mass, form it on the spoon, then you can take it off and place it inside of each egg, and then you'll have a nice edge. And here we have the bath bomb eggs. Now the mass needs to harden, so I'm gonna let it sit for about 1 or 2 days until they are going to be solid enough so that I could pack them as gifts. I still have a little bit of this white mass with the rosemary and lemon scent, so I'm going to grab additional small bowls. And I'm going to divide the mass in 3. I'm going to dye one of the bowls yellow. By the way, I find that it's always best to add only a few drops, stir them in, and then you have to start kneading the mass. And that way you're gonna distribute the color equally and you will end up using way less of the pigment. I will add green dye to the other bowl. And for the last one, I'm going to use peach pink. And now I will grab these 2 cookie cutters, a little bunny and an egg, and I will fill these with the mass. I will start with the bunny first because I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough mass for both. And I'm kind of gonna do a rainbow here, and then we'll see if it's gonna be enough for both of the shapes. So I'm simply dropping in randomly the colored mass and filling the cookie cutter. And then occasionally I will push the mass down with my finger and shape it. And even though I think this is not gonna be enough for the egg, I'm just gonna try to fill it as much as I can with the remaining mass. So the egg is not filled all the way up to the upper edge, but it's good enough. So I'm gonna smoothen it with the spoon. And these 2 now have to also harden for about 2 days. And now we are going to stir the oil with the essential oils into this mass. And now that I achieved the consistency of wet sand that can be easily shaped, I can divide this into several bowls and I will dye it various colors. And now that we have all these beautiful, vibrant colors, we can start making our rainbow bath bombs. You can of course use this classic bath bomb shape, but because it's Easter, I'm just gonna create colorful Easter eggs in the second of my silicone forms. These forms are, by the way, also great for baking. But you can use them, of course, for bath bombs or for soaps. So here we go, our rainbow Easter egg bath bombs are done. The scent is wonderful. The combination of vanilla, white musk and rose reminds me of some really expensive perfumes. Definitely a great present for females. And since I have still all this mass, I can start making at least one large bath bomb. So I'm gonna add the colors randomly, just like I did with the rainbow Easter eggs. And we'll see if I'll be able to make more than one bath bomb. It's kind of hard to judge for me. Okay, so I was able to make one bath bomb. This is what it's gonna look like once it will dry, but for the time being I'm gonna leave it in the form so it can harden over the next few days. And I will start filling the rest into this small bath bomb form. I think that should be enough. I also have a medium-sized. Not sure, I don't think this is gonna be enough for the medium size, so I'll go with the smaller shape. Although now that I see that, I think the medium sized should be okay. And actually, to my surprise, when I started collecting all these scraps, it appears that this is going to be exactly the amount I will need for the smallest bath bomb form. And that way I'm not going to be wasting anything. So I will keep collecting all these scraps and keep filling them inside of the bath bomb form. And I will push everything in place so that it's really tight, so that the bath bomb will keep its shape. And then we'll be done. And here we go. Here are our Easter bath bombs. As I mentioned, they have to sit now for a few days until they harden, so that it's gonna be safe to take them out of the forms. Alright, so here we have all of our bath bombs. They all turned out super cute, although I think personally that these are even more original for Easter. They smell wonderful. And if you want that your bath bombs would, in addition to the sizzling, create also a foam, you would have to add the SLSA powder. You can get it online. I have seen that you can get it on Amazon, but I always recommend trying to find any supplies that you are going to use locally first, so that you can support local businesses, especially small businesses. One thing that did not work as great as I thought it would were these two that I created with the help of the metal cookie cutters. There were two issues. The first issue was that the sides got a little stuck to the cookie cutter. I don't think that the metal that the cookie cutter is made of is suitable for this type of project, so I think it would work better if you had either silicone or simple plastic forms. I greased the inside and that made it a little bit easier after the bath bombs were dry to get them out. But another issue that I had was that this cookie cutter is very narrow in this section where the ears connect to the bunny's head, and it usually breaks when I try to get the bunny out. I tried it twice, and one time I almost got it out, but then it started breaking, so I left it in the cookie cutter. I'm gonna use it in the bathtub. I'm simply going to throw it in with the cookie cutter. So that would be also an idea. If you want to give someone cute cookie cutters for Easter, you could fill them with a bath bomb and tell them that they can use them as a bath bomb and then wash the cookie cutters and use them for baking. But whenever you would be working with a cookie cutter that has some narrow or especially very pointy sections, I don't think it would work. But I thought I'm gonna give it a try and tell you what's gonna happen with that, and now we know better. So I feel that using molds is definitely the better option. And that's gonna be it for today. I already know what I'm gonna be doing tonight. I'll take a nice long bath and I will use 2 of these eggs, and I know it's gonna smell wonderful. I'm really looking forward to this. So that is it for our Easter projects this year. I hope that you guys enjoyed all of them. You can let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. I have already a few fun sewing projects planned for this channel. However, right now I also have to work a little bit for my platform for sewing beginners, which is, by the way, linked down below if you're interested. The first course is already online. It's hand stitching for beginners, and right now I'm working on introduction to a sewing machine so that anyone who is just starting out can learn all there is to know in order to get started with a sewing machine. And the course will include also some basic maintenance and troubleshooting when the stitches are not right. So there's a lot to be looking forward to. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful time over Easter. God bless you. I love you so much, and see you soon. Bye.